I actually like some of the songs a lot. There's only 2 songs.
No, but I love the score because obviously it gives the whole film the whole feeling of what it is to feel, what it is to be in a thriller. That type of
You know, I've never seen a thriller in my life. I guess Anne Hathaway was the closest.
Yes, that's a thriller.
I've never seen a thriller in my life.
No, but we watched The Mentalist. That's thriller vibes, murder mystery.
Is that a thriller?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this was like very cool.
Very cool.
But I've never seen a movie per se as a
But
thriller.
yeah, awesome, right?
Yeah, I've never seen a
So
thriller.
cool.
This is the first time I've ever seen.
I like the misdirections, even though they're not very
Obvious.
Obvious.
It wasn't as
It
as
wasn't like, oh, this is what you think it's a bad guy, but it's gonna turn out to be a good guy.
It wasn't like Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway was the master of deception and obviously
Correct,
misdirection.
correct.
I thought it was gonna be like this.
Me too.
Like that. Sorry.
But I like the fact that this is actually a lot more straightforward.
Yeah.
In terms of like, you know, the motives of each character, which I liked because I feel like I needed some sort of foundation to really believe who's on what side.
Right.
Yeah, I really loved the fact that you saw the whole mapping out of the story and how they were building the deception.
Yeah.
I felt like I was included in behind the scenes of the story, which is really cool. It makes you feel really involved. I love the fact that you felt so strongly about each character from the beginning. You hated Gatorade. You know what I'm saying? You hated Gatorade from
Fucking
the first time he came into
hate
the
that
picture.
guy. Fuck
And
that
then-
guy. Yeah.
And then you understood absolutely each and every single one of Mishra. What's her name?
Who?
Mira.
Mira. IG Mira, the
The-
inspector.
yeah, I love that Tabu's character was so understandable too. Like, I understood why she was doing what she was doing. Like, that made so much sense. A mother, a completely career-driven, power-tripping sort of cop. I love the fact that she was very dark and very twisted. We saw it from the first introduction into her character. So that torture scene at the beginning is like literally telling you what's to come in terms of like the nuance of her character. However, the thing that I hated, that I still despise
Yeah,
to
I
this
got
day,
it. I understood why you hated it.
yeah, I just hated that she was like, I just make conjunctions here, conjectures, and like, yeah, it's all right.
No,
Everything that I came up with is right.
That was the only poor scene in the film.
What?
It's funny as well, like Nandini, that character, Shreya Saran. That woman
yes.
is gorgeous.
The mother.
My new crush.
Nandini was awesome. I thought she was gonna break a lot earlier, which I really appreciate the fact that she stuck with it.
Well, actually, that's how you know a story is being very well sold, because it's like they try and
gives
let
you
you
the
in.
edge.
Yeah, they try and let you in on specific psyches or specific characters, and you can, as a viewer, then try to predict what each character will be like in that world, which therefore means that the viewer is really invested in the world that the writer has made, and you sort of presume that the character of Nandini was definitely going to break. She was
100%.
struggling so much. You saw Anju, sort of, her name is Ishita Dutta, sort of mature and sort of playing to her role. Follow daddy's advice. And
I love the fact that not only did she become strong in her character, she also didn't allow herself to become the victim. After she shook out of that mindset of I've done the unthinkable.
Right.
And she had a whole panic attack about it, which understandably so. I mean, what the heck? I would too, brother. I love the fact that she really grew into the perspective, we have to carry with this burden,
fuck it.
and we will continue and face whatever comes.
Because also it was either him or me. Well, it was either him or my mum.
Which
right?
I thought, how twisted it was, that guy.
Yeah, but totally, bro deserves the grave, and he doesn't deserve a tomb. Like, bro deserves to be buried underneath the jail, and he actually did.
He did.
How crazy is that?
Nobody's ever gonna
find that guy. Yeah, it's like actually that's very movie-like, right? Like where you least expect it is where it is. So
which I think that's the biggest plot twist of the whole thing.
Yes, very nice, and it hit. It really did.
It really, obviously, I love the fact that a lot of the building of the foreshadowing of a lot of things happened really early in the film.
Yep.
And I love the fact that you go back to scenes every time.
That's quite cool.
Which I think it kind of like gives this whole to the viewer this whole deception of time. You believe that the second and the third were the days that they were there. Like, you believe it.
They really sell you on it.
Yeah, and you don't even question the fact that they were there a couple of days later. Like, that's not even crossing your mind, which I really appreciate.
So the movie itself, let's see how well it was sort of regarded. They did. I'm interested on seeing where they fucking filmed this.
Yes.
It was the first 20-day shooting schedule began in Goa.
Okay.
And then the second schedule of the film began second week of April. Yeah, it's all in Goa.
I figured they would do it all there.
They said they had a bunch of legal issues apparently with the Hindi remake. Soundtrack wise, only 4 songs. I mean, Kya Pata, that was Arijit. KK sings the Kab Katan Se.
I love that.
Rahat Fateh Ali Khan and Rekha Bardavaj.
Yes, that's
the Dum Guta Hai.
That's where the conflict ensues, and I thought it was brilliantly placed. I do think.
Mate, it was Ash King, the first song, Carbon Copy.
I absolutely
good
loved
song.
it.
Yeah.
What a great scene! That whole sequence was so great.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like about the sound production in terms of like the score.
Sure.
Because the musical score of this was very telling of where the story was going.
Yeah, very lineal. I certainly thought
it was really leading as well, which
Yes.
I really appreciated with the style of film.
Yes.
However, I did think, because we were so the first half of the film was very heavy on the actual songs that they were written for the film. I would have liked perhaps a bit more spread out situation with the songs that they were made.
Okay.
If there were 4 songs, maybe 2 at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, because
and
you
then
had
2 at the end.
You had the 4 songs right at the beginning,
Correct.
the first 45
like
minutes of the film.
I feel like all of it was like pushed to the front, and the film was already dynamic enough not to need all 4 songs at the beginning.
Agreed.
However, though, where else would you have put them?
Yeah.
You know, where else would you have put them in terms of like the storytelling of the film?
Right.
Yeah, I do like the fact that the score was very leading.
Yeah,
It gave you a lot of clues, and it made you feel like you're part of the investigation too.
Made you feel like a detective. I mean,
Yes.
in terms of like the actual premise of the film and like the morality of it, I think it's very much addressed in a way which I think would be the most realistic way, which is quite rare, I guess, in movies. Again, I've never seen thriller or sort of that many criminal sort of
I thought
movies.
this was gonna have an open ending. I thought this was gonna have an open ending.
Well, they did sort of open it, right? Which is like, well, with 25 years' time, what happens in 15 years if we fucking bulldoze this whole thing and then the body comes out?
I thought
So bones by then, huh?
Yeah, I thought personally he wouldn't like in
the meetup, right? The
he wouldn't
meetup
have
scene.
said anything.
Yeah, well, he did say it in riddle, per se.
But it was pretty obvious. Like, come on.
Yeah, but if they were recording, it's not enough as a confession because he's just speaking in
riddles.
In riddles. But I was gonna say the way it was addressed, I thought it was sort of the way I think. If you think of how that situation would go down, that is probably like you heard me throughout the whole film. I'll do the time or fuck it. That guy deserves to die if he touches any of my little princesses. Fuck that shit.
Of
So
course.
you sort of look at it from his perspective. I think it was really nice and implemented in the ways like he's very obviously a cinema lover. He follows sort of cinema stuff. It was quite concerning at some point, right towards the end of the movie, where they made that sort of mortal sin. I think, in my opinion, where because it is I guess a mystery solving. It is a murder mystery solving film. You want the audience to you want to treat the audience like they're also solving the mystery
That's
with
the whole
you.
point.
And everyone had landed in the fucking conjunction and conjecture that Tabu had made anyways. So why would you make it seem like it's such a big deal? Because she's actually just throwing shit at the wall. Because we all know they have no proof.
No, the thing is, like, how would you even come to... Like, you didn't give me any logic. My problem was that in comparison to other thrillers that we have seen...
No, in comparison to the rest of the fucking film.
Correct.
It's very logical.
Correct. Everything makes sense because you understand the logic. However, that scene where she just comes up with these things, where it's just like they just spring into her brain, that makes absolutely no sense because there's no logic to this. This could be her whole delusion. That this could have been her motherly desperation coming into play.
But what if that's actually what the writer and the director were sort of trying to say, that maybe she's fucking just lost all the marbles, and even if she's right or wrong, she's gonna die by the sword here, and she did.
Well, she did, but
maybe she's just gonna bite the bullet. Fuck it. I have an enemy. At least even if he's a made up enemy, I'm gonna choose it.
I just think it was so awfully convenient.
Yeah, there was
It
a
was
few.
so awfully.
There's a few awfully convenient moments.
I was just like,
for the sake of their fucking plot, they
Yeah.
just added that moment there.
it simplified it, and I was enjoying the fact that everything was so complicated, and we were navigating in the shades of gray.
It was nuanced. Yeah, maybe not complicated, but nuanced.
I like that. I like that, and I felt disappointed
in that scene. Hence
that
why we
scene.
felt so strong.
I want to throw flowers and a lot of compliments to little Anudo.
Oh yeah, her name is actually
Fabulous.
Runal Jadav, and she's a grown up now.
Fabulous,
She's a full on grown up now and acting and stuff like that.
Her little tells, her little micro expressions were so spot on.
Very good, especially for child actors. Actually, India has quite a few very impressively equipped,
Charming,
and with acting skill, child actors, especially at that time. Now they're no longer kids. I don't know anymore. They're sort of the kiddies scene, but they certainly had a couple of very talented kids.
And I love the fact that they stayed together as a family.
That was quite good. I like that.
They all took the fall. I love that.
Satisfactory ending, which I think obviously the movie is gonna try and rely on. If he had a very dissatisfactory ending, I don't think it would have done as well in the box office, and I don't think people would have felt good, because this is the type of movie you watch twice. Because now that you watch once, you go back again, you watch, and you sort of, oh my god, yeah, I clocked that.
Yeah,
Oh, and I clocked this and I clocked that. So again, replayable value. It has rewatchable value. It has a ton to sort of digest. Interestingly enough, cinematically speaking, filmography speaking,
very nice.
very nice. They don't do anything that's out there. Like, they don't do anything that's like completely like, oh, I've never seen that before. I
do like the color grading of it right off the bat, and certain shots and certain frames of the scenes were really nicely done.
The mirror stuff, really well done.
Yes, because it's all about illusion, right?
I was just gonna say that
the visual deception.
I was just gonna say that it's not. Again, they didn't do anything, like, they didn't reinvent the wheel. I just think everything they decided to do, they did very well, and they did it very convincingly, which is good. I actually don't think they had the largest budget ever for this, and this is probably a good example of a movie which probably made the best of its resources and really relied upon its two main capable actors, which is obviously Ajay and Tabu.
But I must say, the whole cast,
to do the heavy lifting.
The whole cast was so capable.
Well, interestingly enough, there was no weak casting. The casting director here should be very proud, because everyone that they casted, and to us at least, some brand new names, everyone not only kept their role interesting enough, but they actually outdid their role, in my opinion.
Correct.
They really sold you in the world, which is very important.
So believable. I genuinely think this is one of those films where, because it's location filming, you would think a lot of the resources go into that sort of thing, you know. However, the script, the portrayal of the film per se, because the cast was so brilliantly done, I thought it was so incredibly well carried.
So the budget was 38 crore, which I don't know what that means. I always try to, and it did itself, I don't know, 4 times in the box office. So they definitely made money.
Very nice, very nice.
I think that's something like a crore. It's not. Crore denotes 10 million. Denotes 10 million. It is written as 1 million? Is that, what the fuck is that? 100 lakh in the Indian numbering system. Well, all right. I'll have to learn maths again. God damn it.
Wow, I am so confused by that.
Me too. But I think it denotes 10 million based on...
Can we have a look at those pictures of them in the press conference? That is one good-looking cast.
Saran, Devgan, and Tabu. Oh my
gosh. Saran is so gorgeous.
Dude, Saran is probably one of the most attractive women I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely stunning. Okay?
And I've seen Aishwarya. Look at her. Shreya Saran. Let's look her up here. 42 years old.
Stunning, but look at her. What a girl. That's what I call a woman.
And actually, she hasn't acted that much. Oh, I guess she was in RRR. Because post DRISHYAM, I can't see anything. She was in DRISHYAM 2 as well. Which was last, there's a DRISHYAM 2, which came out 2 years ago, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do a sequel?
Why wouldn't you want to earn the money?
Why would you want to do a sequel?
Get the money. I don't know why the sequel
That makes no sense.
7 years after facing traumatic events, The Salgaon cars have moved on with their life. However, unforeseen circumstances threaten to bring dark truths to light.
Yeah, they obviously find the body. But what the heck?
Interesting. And they just decide, fuck, let's just turn this thing
another
down.
One.
No, let's just demolish, bulldoze this police station. Anyways, well, let us know perhaps if DRISHYAM 2 is even worth the watch. I'm very impressed, obviously very requested, and let us know what you guys' thoughts about it.
And this was fun.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.